Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of events have happened. We had Deku. We also had Sukuna. Now, Izuku, he has begun training with people to learn how to use curse energy. There are people at the manor who have this ability, and Izuku, because of how much stronger Jogo is than he is, he wants to train some of them up and get them closer to his level. I mean, Toga already does show prowess, having the ability to see spirits. Along with that, there's also the fact that Momo has this ability as well. And Deku, he wants them to get stronger. If they wish to serve him and actually be on his side, they cannot be weak. And Izuku, he's made that quite clear. He was already training physically with some of these people, but now he is also training spiritually, how to use curse energy and showing them the ropes. And it certainly has become something. After Deku learned that Momo was using the book she found, he let her begin classes. He watched by and saw what to do. And Sukuna himself, he was also watching. He wanted to see what these people might be able to do with it. Might have. If any of them could be proper vessels to take on. However, none of them showed traits he wanted. None of them were what he wanted. And Deku himself, he was a bit annoyed. And currently, 1 month has passed. As fast as his family went into the limelight after their murders, they began to disappear. And Deku, he felt like he always does. Right now, him standing on a rooftop in the middle of the night, thinking about a lot. He is seen as somebody of high importance to the government, somebody who needs to either be protected or taken down. He doesn't know which. All he knows is that there are people out there who despise his family name. Some would rather see him die. He knows that. Some would like to see him prosper. And that, it does mean quite a bit. As currently Deku does not turn his head, seeing a cursed spirit and thinking about it. As Sukuna, he will go to express. He doesn't sense it. I cannot feel my finger. I don't feel anything. It's not there. What do you mean? I'm trying to sense for my own energy. I can't get a read on it. Not good. But what do you think that one is? Grade 2? Possibly grade 1. That's unknown. However, attack it. See what you can get. It does fly. True. But then again, it's not my problem, really. Collecting the fingers is. Yes, but training is as well. You must get stronger. Become more capable. I understand. Though right now, I'm a bit more curious to test my physical aspects. Not against curses. I've been meaning to let off a bit of steam. Have you now? Yeah. I've already been getting some revenge. I have noticed. But what do you want now? I want a little bit of respect. Maybe. No. You talk about the sorcerers, but I want to actually focus on people. You do. And why would you want to do that? Because I can. I just want to find somebody, take them down, and see what I can do. That's really it. Is it now? Yes. Trust me. They deserve it. Currently, Deku gonna turn. Right on him, gonna sprint across the rooftop and leaping to the next building. As Rana Deku, he does get exact some revenge. Now, Izuku does get home to the manor a bit later. Him going to actually climb back through his window and going to turn. Him going to sit up and be a bit more surprised. Gonna stretch, and I'm gonna walk into the bathroom. Currently, him hopping into the shower and going to rinse off all the blood. Now, after he does get out of the bathroom, he has to walk to his bed and lay down. Currently, him gonna do so and fall asleep. And there currently is the next morning. Deku, he does somewhat lay there a little awake. However, he still is not fully conscious. And we do actually have Sukuna. Sukuna is making things quite clear. Him sitting there on his throne in the malevolent shrine. As Deku, he does look down and, well, he does look up to see his ancestor, looking down on him. And that does mean quite a bit. Currently, Izuku talking about it, as Sukuna does bring up his hand, talking about this technique, expressing to Izuku. He has been trying to work on his own. However, mastering it certainly will be something. It will be intriguing, though. He has not been able to yet use his fire. Sukuna bring up his hand, and going to begin to write something out. Him going to write out an S, and then going to hold it there in the air, expressing to Izuku about exactly what this technique can do. The ability to manipulate fire and flame to his very whim. It certainly is something. Though, he should be a lot more careful, because if he does allow him access to this power, it will be something. But hasn't Joko taught him enough? If he does play with fire, he will get burned. And Deku, he does understand. Currently, him hearing a knocking on the door and going to open his eyes. Him very annoyed as he does his own setup. Right now, him gonna turn asking who exactly is knocking on his door, as the person they would go to express that they have urgent information, and that would be, may I come in? The person gonna walk inside, and currently Deku is gonna sit there. Right now, him sitting in his bed as they do to see. Oh, am I? Ignore them. Someone is here at the manor to see you. They wish to speak to you urgently. They say they might have information that could be of use to you. Really? Yes, they do. They say that they're from the Jujutsu sorcerers. Isn't that something? Does it mean anything to you? Would you like me to respond? Deku turning his head, asking the person, exactly where is the sorcerer right now? Um, they're still in their vehicle, sitting at the front gate. Good. Ask him why he's here. But, sir, um, the reason he's here is because he is a follower. Izuku turning his head a bit more intrigued. A follower? Yes, sir. Of you, your ancestor. Let him in, I want to talk. Are you sure he's a follower? Yes, we have confirmed it. So why is he here? Someone gonna sit up, and Deku's gonna turn his head, as right now Toga does try to ask if something is going on. It's all fine. Though, pretty sure I'm gonna have to have a nice conversation with somebody, or I'm gonna kill him in today. Always lovely to start your day with that. Is it? It is, trust me. Gets the blood flowing. Also, gets the adrenaline high. Besides, don't you want to have a go at it? I mean, yes, I do. But I mean, shouldn't we hear him out? We'll hear him out. If I don't look what he has to say, though, he's dying. And if I'm not gonna do it, do you want to? Yes? I mean, no? Is that a trick question? No, no. The question was supposed to let you say yes. Besides, him gonna turn, bringing his hand down and shaking Momo awake, talking about it. He does have a few more things to do this morning. How about she gets him a cup of coffee? And then she does also get everybody else together to start training. Get them up early. And Momo does get someone turn. Her rolling over in bed and asking about what's happening. It's too early for this shit. You're awake. Hmm? Her gonna lean up, talking about it. Yeah, yeah. Where did he go last night? Hmm? I went out. I don't need to explain further. Okay, is something wrong? We have guests. I'd say tell the help to prepare something for them. And for me. It certainly is quite the morning. All right. We're gonna lean forwards and give Deku a kiss. Him gonna smile as she's gonna climb out of bed and turn. Her gonna walk off as Toga we're gonna do something similar. And Deku, he has to get ready for his day. Currently, him putting on the cloak and going to stand. Sukuna going to express to Izuku a few more things. The person could be here for a few deceitful reasons. He does need to be on guard. And is he remaining focused and centered, like he's been teaching him how to? Yes, I have. I have exact focus on my cursed energy. My emotion. As long as I keep it steady, I shouldn't produce a trail, nor let out my amount. Yes, Izuku. You don't want to walk into that room with your dick hanging out. Yes, I don't. Excuse me? Sorry. Whenever you're in my head like that, it's hard to tell whether I'm saying what you're not. Listen, I understand. Let me handle it. I'll do the talking. If he's not useful, we turn him away. Turn him away. I'm saying we turn him away. If he's pretending to be a follower, we'll know, right? Talk to him, see what we can find. If he is, then it does mean quite a lot. We can use him. See what we can get out of him. If he outlives it too fast, he's gone. He gets taken out by a nice little curse somewhere in the city. And then it's not our problem. Smart, smart. That's what I would do. Exactly. I'll handle this. Just go back to your shrine. Izuku gonna stand and head out. And Sukuna, he does just won't sit there. Him curious about what Izuku might do. And there currently is the person. They were allowed to park and get out of their vehicle. And they were led specifically to one room. And they're a bit concerned. I mean, they were given the signal by somebody they know. They were told that he was back. He was alive. That he's real. And it just means a lot. It just means so, so much. If it's true, then the information that they have right now, it could put them in his good graces. Especially if he's going to take over Japan again. I mean, their family could be spared. Of his reign, wrath. Wrath is definitely a better word for it. And the person, they do sit there with their tongue caught in their throat. As currently the doors are open, Izuku gonna walk inside. As he actually does, gonna sit down. Right now him throwing his feet up onto the table, and the person they do to stare on. The boy is Izuku Ryomen. They know much about him. They helped to monitor his family. He was a part of that task force, and then after some time he stepped out of that program. Though that was many years ago. And that, it does somewhat surprise them. If they're right, he was Hasashi Midoriya's son is... Wow, he's practically a full-grown man now. And he doesn't even remember seeing this one. Well then, something does make him feel like the years have gone by. That passed into his mind, and Deku would express, if he's here to talk to him about a few things, and if he acts just follow the established faith around his ancestor, he'll know something. He'll know that his ancestor is back. But does he know where his ancestor is? I can only speculate. Alright. I'll give you one simple little thing. He's in this room right now. In fact, he's right behind you. The person's gonna feel a bit more scared. And it does mean quite a lot. Them going to turn as Deku, he has a stand up. Him leaning forwards and grabbing them by the throat. Them turning back to Deku as he has expressed to them. He was just fucking with them. Besides, he's right here. Izuku's face is gonna drop. Two of the eyes manifesting on his face as the man is a stare at Deku, whose face does have a different demeanor, along with the eyes. Sukuna going to express. The boy is willing to hear him out, and so is he, though he is quite curious. He knows something, doesn't he? He can smell it on him. So, he'll let the boy have control, and he will talk. Does he understand? And Deku, he will gonna actually have those eyes on his face close. The marking's gonna disappear, as Deku, he has to stare at the man, bringing his hand up, expressing to him, grabbing his tongue and pulling it out of his mouth, that he does have 60 seconds. If those seconds do pass by, he is going to do one simple thing. He will rip out his eyeballs and feed them to him. And then he will pluck out his teeth and then make him swallow them. Take out his tongue and put it somewhere very, very, well, let's just say, graphic. And then he'll send him walking out of this house. 60 seconds. Beginning now. And the person, they do stare at Deku. Currently, I'm going to sit backwards as Momo does come walking into the room. We know her dressed in a shirt that is a little short, and then in some shorts. Her going to walk over and set a few things down. Currently, Deku having a plate set in front of him on a platter. Him going to turn as Momo also sit down a cup of coffee. Her turning her head as somebody else is going to walk in. Them setting down a tray in front of the man. And Izuku, he has a stare at them. The man going to express, he's here because he has a lot of information. Him and a few other people, they work with the Jujutsu sorcerers. Some younger, some older, but all of them can agree on a few things that the system needs to be redone. It's not good. It's bad. I mean, it's the same thing for the heroes. But that's a different story. Listen, he has information about cursed spirits. Special grade to grade 4. And he's pretty sure he knows where one of his ancestors' fingers are at the current moment. And Deku, he's a lean forwards, pegging up the glass of coffee as he's a turn hearing that statement. Right. Just whenever you had 5 seconds left. Okay then. You can continue talking. Though, 10 minutes. Will that be enough? It should be plenty. Listen, I can give you information about curses. Even certain sorcerers who are going after them. You can intercept and take on the sorcerers or the spirits if they have what rightfully belongs to you. I see. Deku turning his head, and currently bringing his hand up, expressing, grabbing Momo by the back of her waist, that he, pulling her down, has a lot of things that belong to him. He also has a lot of people who follow him. Currently Momo sitting on Deku's lap. Right now him bringing his left hand up and rubbing it around her. him leaning forwards and grabbing a cup of coffee, bringing it up and going to sip. However, that's as simple. Him bringing his hand out as Momo does it hold up her hands. Rano Deku setting his cup down in her hands and turning back to the man, letting go of it, that it's easy. A lot of people dedicate their lives to him. They're willing to do a lot for him. And he wants to get him his ancestors' fingers. Quite admirable. Quite something. Though, he's not too sure if this is a setup. Excuse me? There it is. You're nervous. Your nerves are getting the better of you. How about this? Taking a deep breath and just scream. Scream as loud as possible. It does wonders. Let it all out. Your frustrations, your anger. It does wonders for people. Just scream as loud as you want. Do you understand? I think I do. But why? You're nervous. You're not too sure how to react in front of me nor my ancestor. Though, you wish to help. Now, let's make things quite clear. You wish to help us, and I'm willing to have you on, especially for what you do provide. I'm not killing you. Not as long as you're useful. And if you do want to be useful, you'll get me information within the next 2 weeks. But that seems a little up. I was not done talking. Understood. Good. Cursed weapons. They exist, correct? That was a question. They do. They do. Did you need some? I would like you to bring some, yes. It'd be quite interesting to see. You know, in my family, I was never allowed to have a weapon or a dog. I'd like to at least get one of those too. Something that's simple. An animal is quite easy. They can obey. And sometimes they'll know who the master is. Though, if it doesn't work, I might have to take care of it. Let it go, or if it does bite the hand that feeds, show it a lesson. Let it know who's in control. As for a sword, it can cut things, hurt people, kill them even. And that's why I want it. I believe arming the people here with weapons capable of hurting curses would do very well for my training. You don't want the weapon? No. I have everything I need right at my fingertips. Deku bring his hand up, and currently going to grab his glass again, before bring his other hand up and patting Momo on the side of her face, expressing, isn't that correct? Her gonna smile, and Deku, he has expressed to the man that he does have 2 weeks. The man bringing his hand up and pulling out a phone, as he has set it down, telling Izuku that there are a few contacts on this phone. All of them are people aligned on his side. He can talk to all of them. He'll get them all together and see what they can do. Getting cursed weapons won't be exactly easy, but he'll try. Get him something at the very least to start off with. As for the fingers, the information could come in sooner or later, but he'll also try looking into what they can find. If he's correct, the sorcerers might actually have some locked away. Multiple, in fact. And Deku, he does raise an eyebrow to that statement, lowering his cup and telling the man to look into that. Also, if one of his friends do show up here that he does not know of, he'll send their head back as a message. Though, if he does not return within 2 weeks, he'll find him, and he will feed his entrails to his family. The man staring at Deku, who just nonchalantly said that, without even changing the expression on his face. And currently, he is dismissed, as Deku does set down his cup of coffee and turn to his breakfast. Now, with that being said, a few other things have been happening. We do currently cut over to the heroes, who have all been busy. And currently, there is the room, the top 10, along with a few other people. Some here because of their specialized gifts, others because they need to be here. And that has been quite a lot. As currently All Might, he does sit there in the room, next to Endeavor and somebody else on the other side. The number 3 hero, Mirako. And that does say quite a bit. As right now, there is, where the person standing there does get to express about the current threat, a few things to present. With the Sukuna clan being destroyed and information being skewed the way it is, it's believed that right now a special great curse is moving throughout Japan. And that does mean quite a lot. There is still a lot of unknowns here, but they need to work on that. They're also getting reports of a lot of strange happenings, phenomenon that can only be done by a curse. Now, they're not saying that this curse is responsible for something, but it's quite interesting how they've popped up so close to the same town, and not too far behind the Sukuna family massacre. So you're saying that this could be all be involved? Potentially, Endeavor. However, there's still a lot of things still coming in. The person going to turn, looking at a sorcerer, expressing to Mr. Aizawa, who does currently sit there. Him, with a cup of coffee, expressing a few things. Turning to Endeavor and All Might, telling them, right now a lot's been happening. It's simple and easy to explain. However, he met the kid before and he saw quite a bit. The kid was in a drunken stupor and he wasn't doing too good. Whoever did this to his family clearly left an impact on the boy's mind. Since, from what he doesn't understand, he didn't see the entire aftermath, but he may have seen enough. Plus, he does have cursed energy. It would be interesting to nurture it and see where it does go. But, even then, that's still speculatory. Really? You do think so, Aizawa? I know so. Though it does pose many questions. Why take the family? Why leave one survivor? Why has no one gone after him yet? Clearly they have eyes on him. Or they want something. Are you sure? Pretty sure. Mirako goes somewhat lean forwards, expressing. So, what about the curses then? Good question. As far as we know, I can send some students out and they can handle that. Other than that, really, not really clear on it. Though it does mean quite a bit. I'll have to look into it a bit more. But there are some people in training at UA. Endeavor. Yes. I want your agency monitoring a few things. Get the people you have scattering around to find curses. If we can, take them down. If we need to, send in people to handle it. Grade 1 or Grade 2. If they encounter special grade, tell them to fall back. Report in and give data. If I do need to, I'll step in. Aizawa, going to stand up. Him, going to turn, as people to watch him walk onto the balcony. And this does so alarm some people. Currently, somebody from the council going to run out and try to inform him that the meeting is not over. And if he really does intend to leave, that's going to cause problems. They need him here. And, now correct me if I'm wrong, but you need me out there figuring out this mystery. If Sukuna really is going to be coming back, I'm pretty sure I can handle him. You really think that? Think? No. There's a fine difference. Though, we mainly just have to protect what we have already. What? Yes. Protect what we have already. As long as we have those fingers, he can't get them. He can't find them, and they should be hidden far, far away. It's that simple. Before then, he's not a threat. If he does find them, yes, he will become a threat. Aizawa gonna turn. We're now him stepping onto the railing and stepping off. Him gonna turn as it'll float upwards and into the air, expressing to them, if Sukuna does become a proper problem, he'll handle it. The heroes can step in, and him and Mirko can take the man down. Though, it does mean quite a bit of other things they should be concerned about. Like the followers of Sukuna. As far as he can tell, they are a club that does worship the man. But they could still potentially be a problem, willing to do a lot in his name. And as far as he's aware, they're harmless for now. But they could be a special organization to keep interest in. But now Aizawa gonna turn and fly off. And the person, they walk back inside alone. And going to express that Mr. Aizawa, he's going to be, well, conducting a few things. An investigation, if you will. The person going to won't lie. And everyone, they can tell that that guy's full of shit. Aizawa will do his own thing. As there is a number one hero, there is a number one sorcerer. And it does mean quite a few things. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.